Ustaz. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome to the Honorable Professor Dr. Ainul Maziah Zubairi, Dean Kulliyyah of Education, Associate Professor Dr. Sahila Hussein, Deputy Dean Academy and Industrial Linkages, Associate Professor Dr. Faizah Idrus, Deputy Dean of Student Development and Community Engagement, all lecturers, students from student bodies from BESA, CS, TES, SIAT, CCSI, and Cikgu TV. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let us begin our session today with Kitab Al-Fatihah. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, please be standing. Let us begin our ceremony with recitation of Asma'ul Husna, Malaysia National Anthem Negaraku, and IIM song leading the way.
نسألك يا من هو الله الذي لا إله إلا هو الرحمن الرحيم الملك القدوس السلام المؤمن المهيمن العزيز الجبار المتكبر الخالق البارئ المصور الغفار القهار الوهاب الرزاق الفتاح العليم القابض الباسط الخافض الرافع المعز المذل السميع البصير الحكم العليم اللطيف الخبير الحليم العظيم الغفور الشكور العلي الكبير الحفيظ المقيت الحسيب الجليل الكريم الرقيب المجيب الواسع الحكيم الودود المجيد الباعث الشهيد الحق الوكيل القوي المتين الولي الحميد المحسن المبدع المعين المحيي المميت الحي القيوم الواجد الماجد الواحد الصمد القادر المقتدر المقدم المؤخر الأول الآخر الظاهر الباطن الوالي المتعالي البر التواب المنتقم العفو الرؤوف مالك الملك ذو الجلال والإكرام المقسط الجامع الغني المغني المانع الضار النافع النور الهادي البديع الباقي الوارث الرشيد الصبور الذي ليس كمثله شيء وهو السميع البصير اللهم صل أفضل الصلاة على أسعد المخلوقات كسيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم عدد ماتك ومداد كلماتك كلما ذكرك ذاكرون وغفل عن ذكره الغافلون.
Let's lead the way, lighten the future, share the wisdom to the spirit of Islam. Revelation and reason shall excel, shall prevail. Merging faith and knowledge, we, the Khalifa, we will fulfill the amanah. Together, we make the world a better place forever. Expand the culture of Iqra. IUN is to realize the meaning of Ramadan al-Alamin. Together, we make the world a better place forever. Expand the culture of Iqra. IUN is to realize the meaning of mercy to all the world, for all mankind.
Thank you, and please be seated. All ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin, wassalatu wassalamu ala ashrafil anbiya wal mursalin, wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Alhamdulillah, the greatest gratitude to Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala for the opportunity to gather here today. As very warm welcome to our honorable guests, celebrated guests, and brothers and sisters. Welcome to Koed Assembly. I'm Muhammad Alif Hilmi bin Hussein, and I will be your master of ceremony for today. For your information, this Koed Assembly aims to allow Koed Authority to give some important updates and announcements that may be beneficial for all the students Kuliah of Education. First and foremost, let us bless our ceremony with the recitation of dua. Therefore, I would like to invite Brother Muhammad Alif bin Suhaimi to lead the recitation of dua.
الفاتحة. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. الحمد لله رب العالمين حمدا حامدين حمدا شاكرين حمدا صابرين حمدا يوافي نعمه ويكافئ مزيده. يا ربنا لك الحمد كما ينبغي لجلال وجهك وعظيم سلطانك. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. Ya Allah, Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim. Indeed, we are all gathered today to express our gratitude for your priceless grace. Make us your servant who are always grateful, whether it is a small favor, let alone a bountiful favor to us. Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim. Indeed, you are all knowing that we are here to draw on your vast knowledge to develop our potential as your servant, whom you have blessed. So bless and bless our gatherings. Give us your knowledge, light our hearts with your light and guidance. Hopefully, we can easily accept, appreciate, and practice it. يا ذا الجلال والإكرام. اللهم اجعل جمعنا هذا جمعا مرحوما وتفرقنا من بعده تفرقا معصوما ولا تجعل اللهم فينا ولا معنا ولا من يتبعنا شقيا ولا مطرودا ولا محروما. اللهم اغفر لنا ذنوبنا ولإخواننا الذين سبقونا بالإيمان ولا تجعل في قلوبنا غلا للذين آمنوا ربنا إنك رؤوف رحيم. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وبارك وسلم والحمد لله رب العالمين آمين يا رب العالمين.
Amin, amin, ya Rabbal Alamin. Thank you, Brother Muhammad Alif bin Suhaimi, for the recitation. With that, we hope our ceremony today will go well and run smoothly. And welcome to Associate Professor Dr. Muhammad Burhan Ibrahim, Deputy Dean of Postgraduate and Research, to our ceremony. First and foremost, with much honor, we would like to invite the Honorable Professor Dr. Ainu Mazia binti Zubairi, Dean of Kulliyyah Education, to deliver her speech. Please welcome.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. To my esteemed colleagues, Deputy Dean of Student Affairs, Dr. Faiza Idros, Deputy Dean of Academic Affairs, Industrial Linkages, Dr. Suhaila Hussein, Dr. Borhan, Deputy Dean of Postgraduate. We have with you also the Head of Department for Department of Social Foundation, Dr. Mira Suad, Dr. Murad Tahrawi, and I'm not sure about the others, I can't see. Okay, so welcome to the Kulliyyah Assembly, the first Kulliyyah Assembly for the semester for the new academic year 2020-2021. Okay, I got the schedule, but according to the schedule, I will have my slot much later, is it? Or is it now? Can I just have verification from the organizer? Is my slot now? And then that's it, because according to the old schedule, my slot is later at 11 o'clock.
Now, Doctor.
Now is now. All right. Okay. All right. So for the new students, yes, with the grace of Allah, I'm very pleased that you all have safely registered and safely attended your classes. This is already our week 5, yeah. So welcome, though it's a bit too late, but I would like to welcome the new students to the Kulliyyah of Education to be part of us. I would like to also welcome the continuing students, the second year, third year, and fourth year students, particularly also the ones that are doing their practicum. Some of you are on campus, some of you are at home. I was informed that there are 300 of you who are actually on campus. So you're doing your courses from campus. And the rest of you, another half of you probably are at home, right? So no matter where you are, inshallah, so you are still together. We are still together. Yeah, you are still the Kulliyyah of Education students. Okay. I would like to just, because this is a very special, different semester, very special, different academic year than the previous academic year. So I would like to just do a little reflection on what is happening now, and then how what is happening now should make us all different people after this. Yeah, I don't know whether all of you or some of you are aware about the history of the pandemic. Okay? We are now in a pandemic, inshallah. News have come out that we're going to get the vaccine soon, but we don't know when. So we don't know when, but hopefully it's soon that this is going to be over. So soon, inshallah, this is going to be history. So we are all going to be part of history, right? So do we know, after going through almost a year of what is going to make history in the next decade and the next century, do we know the history of pandemic in the previous century? So if you Google, so you will see as far back as the year 1025, yeah, during the time of Ibn Sina and Aristotle. Yeah, I think that was one of the most documented, if you can find anything documented about the world pandemic. Yeah. And if you want to try to see, okay, what are the kind of experiences of students, because we are students, you are students, yeah? What are the kind of experience of parents like me, have children who go to school? What can we learn about how they dealt with education during that time? But there is nothing documented about how children went to school, what kind of education, how parents cope, how people in the business cope, how students cope, how mothers, how fathers cope. And then if you look at the second, if you look at again, Google the world pandemic as far as history can document, is the World War II influenza pandemic. Yeah. So I try again to look at, okay, what can we learn about personal experiences, about economy, about politics, about children who go to school, about education, about mothers, about fathers. Okay, from the World War II pandemic that actually took more than 10 times lives than the World War itself. Yeah? Many people died in the influenza World War II pandemic, actually more than the war itself. But if you want to try to learn from that history about how we can cope today, very little is written. Okay? A lot of what is written is all about science, medical science. So what I'm trying to tell you, my point here is that, so if we, another 10 years or 20 years or 100 years from now, should another pandemic come, okay, na'udzubillah, but in case there's another pandemic that comes, people want to learn from you. Okay? So what can you document so that the people in the far future, if they want to learn to survive in the next coming pandemic, and these people are not just scientists, because we know that there are a lot of things that have been written and shared about what science do to tackle the issues of pandemic, but we want to have personal experiences that are documented. We want to have school children's experiences documented, university students' experiences documented. We want to see how lecturers, teachers cope, what they do. Yeah, but are you contributing? So my question is that, are you contributing? Okay, such that all these experiences are documented, so one day they can learn from you. Okay, so I know that everybody is going through a hard time. Okay, and at every level, yeah, from mothers to the dean, to student, to colleague, and as a lecturer. So if each of us were to have a diary to document the good things and the bad things that have happened in our lives, that is going to be very valuable for the future. Okay? So let's take heed. Inshallah, there's a silver lining to all these things that happen. So let's take heed to this. We will all come out from this pandemic alive, safe, healthy, but we are also going to be heroes in our own way. Okay? So if I were to share with you, I would like to share with you in the next 2-3 minutes about the heroes that we have at the Kulliyyah of Education during the time when the first MCO happened. Yeah, that was in March, April, May. Okay, that was a time that this was very new to all of us. So suddenly there were shops, and there were no malls to go. Students were locked up on campus. There was no school to go. Practical students had to just stay on campus. Okay, and then first year, second year students, they all have to have their own computer if you want to go to class when June started. Okay, and a few hundreds of students, or maybe by the thousands, were locked up in the university campus. So the story of Koed was during March, April, May, when the students were locked in, yeah, on campus. We lecturers also couldn't come in. Okay, but after a week, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks, so we realized that there are certain needs of the students that happen on campus because food was given for free, but there's only certain food. There's no fruit. So there were some students who. So we set up. So what we did was we set up WhatsApp group, the psychological and sociological support group, okay, led by Dr. Siti Kolliyah, the Department of Guidance and Counseling and Psychology. And some of the lecturers were in. So based on the WhatsApp group, we realized we were all at home. The lecturers were all at home. Few hundreds of you were locked up on campus. So we realized that some people who needed fruits, because there was no fruits on campus. They didn't provide part of the food, the ration food that were given. There was no food. So then we had lecturers who came in and sent fruits. Okay? And then we had some students who looked after cats. There were cats on campus that were suffering and needed medical attention. So we had to have some lecturers to actually help the students to bring medical facilities for the injured cat on campus. Okay, so these are our unsung heroes as far as Kulliyyah of Education is concerned. So who are these? One of them is Dr. Faiza Idros. Yeah. So Dr. Faiza came when the campus was very quiet. So she came, brought food and brought provisions. When we found out there were students on campus who needed things. Then we had Dr. Norwati. She was also one of those who were locked in on campus, because she's the Mahala principal. So through her, we managed to send the provision, and then she distributed the provision. So her house became the station to dispense or to distribute the provisions when students wanted this and wanted that. Some things like, tissue boxes, ran out of tissue boxes, ran out of toiletries. Students ran out of this and that. So we sent by batches to her, and then she distributed them. Okay. Dr. Faiza is always very helpful because she lives very near, but she doesn't just help out in terms of sending the things, but she has a lot of energy in such that she spends hours a week volunteering to do the PPE, to sew the PPE uniform for the frontliners. Okay, and then there was few. Then of course the whole Kulliyyah of Education lecturers, even though they're not physically able to come to campus to help out the students who were locked in, money came in like flood. We got a lot of money. We managed to uh, provide the provisions for the students. Now, why I'm sharing this is that to tell you that though we're not together, yeah, you don't see us, nor can you come to campus to see us, to tell us what's happening in your life, but we are all in this together. Okay? Should you have any needs by being on campus, those who are on campus, yeah, we have a WhatsApp group. Your seniors are really good in attending to all your needs and alerting us, yeah, about what you need. So if you have anything that is not available on campus and you need them, so please let them know. Okay, you can PM aside in the WhatsApp group if you know of any lecturer who can help you, or you can just PM any of the BETSA members to let them know what your needs are. Okay, if you feel stressed out, okay, so don't feel that you're alone, because we all have that cycles of being stressed out. Okay? Even the lecturers, even me. Sometimes, I feel like I really need to go out, but there's nowhere to go out to, right? And sometimes work is piling, if you really feel stressed out. Now, those are the times that you should not be on your own. You should tell yourself there are friends, lecturers, seniors, we're all in this together. So please share whatever that you have in your mind, whatever that you feel is stressing you. We have counselors, we have people who can listen to you, or people who perhaps can help you uh, in anything that you feel stressed about. Okay, so what else can I say in this is that the clock is ticking as far as the semester 1 is concerned. So we are already in our week 5. So I hope that you have sorted out, issues about your online learning. Should that be one of the issues that you are facing, problem with going through your online learning, please also don't just keep quiet, because in a few weeks' time, the semester is going to be over, right? By the look of what is happening in the country, there is no possibility that we will ever going to have our face-to-face session for semester 1, right? But inshallah, we hope that when the semester ends and then your semester 2 starts, there'll be good times where we will be able to come to the co-ed venue and then have your few percentages of hours that you will see your lecturer and have your classes here. Okay, I think that's all I want to say as an opening and welcome. I would like to again thank the BETSA members for organizing this, particularly the Student Affairs Office. Remember what I said again, we are all in this together, but let's hold hands and then virtually, and make sure that we come out healthy and safe and better people after this. Okay, so with that again, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Professor Dr. Ainumazia, for the inspiring and delightful speech. And welcome to Dr. Merah Suad, the Head Department of Social Foundation and Education Leadership. Next, let's hear a few words from Deputy Dean of Student Development and Community Engagement, Kulliyyah of Education IIUM, Associate Professor Dr. Faiza Idrus. Please welcome.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My beloved colleagues, Dean, Deputy Deans, heads of departments, lecturers, my beloved students. I hope that everybody is okay today. You are feeling good, and I am very, very happy that we are having our first Kuliyyah Assembly. Although we have had the ta'aruf for the new students, again, I would like to welcome all of you, and I'm sure this is one experience that you are going to remember throughout your life. And I just want to say a few things on the students' activities online and so on. So first of all, I think Betsa is going to take us through afterwards our what are our activities or what is in store for those who are on campus. I think yeah, Betsa may perhaps may have the elaborate details on that plan. Okay, that one for those who are on campus. And the other thing is the university has already issued the say the allowance for students to go home. For students who are on campus and they want to go home, they have to fill up the form that has already been distributed. So if you and the dates of going home has also been given to you. So please ensure that you follow the dates, and you are not supposed to go home by yourself. You have to be picked up by your parents or guardian. So, and please ensure that is followed for those wanting to go home. Unfortunately, the university does not allow students apart from Kulliyyah, I think Koed and engineering, they are allowed to come back to campus. But other Kulliyyahs, students are not allowed to go home to come back to on campus. Right. So if you want to go home, please observe the dates that you have been given, and don't forget to fill up the form. Okay, so and the other one, I think Dr. Suhala is going to talk about the attendance for the ERTL, teaching and learning afterwards. So I don't need to talk about that. I just want to highlight that attendance is very important. Yeah, everybody. I don't know how many of you are here because I don't have the number, but I'm sure there are quite a number of you now. Please ensure that you follow. Okay, if you are not able to follow your online class, please ensure that you tell your lecturers. Okay, communicate with your lecturers. And the other one is all student bodies are going to have their AGM very soon. Okay, so we are going to see that new batches of student bodies, or for example, BETSA and CIAT, CS, TES, and also CSCSI will have their AGM. So they are going to, you are going to elect your new representative. So please ensure that we have the election and also the proper way of doing elections. So probably you have discussed this as well. So for the new students, although you may not know them, but you can talk, you can, you have your WhatsApp group, and perhaps you can discuss this, who would be the best, and so on and so forth. And to resonate to what Professor Prof. Dean has said just now, that this is something that we have, this is the time that we have, that we will remember. So one of the things that perhaps many of you are doing is to keep a journal. I think that will also fill your time. Why? What's the importance? Not important. Not the importance, but keeping a journal will keep you occupied. It will also, that is the place where you can write your emotions, your feelings, and probably years from now, you're going to reread that and you will understand it in a different perspective, what you have written today. So I think what Prof. Dean has said just now is very good, that we have to learn from what we are facing right now. So the other thing that I want to say is, if again, if any of you are finding it difficult to cope with the teaching and learning, or you are on campus, you are not able to, if you have any difficulties, please contact any one of us, inshallah. I will be in the whole week except for today. I was at the office, so inshallah, the following I will also be at the office. So if you need to talk to me, if there is any difficulties that you are facing, those on campus, please just come in. All right, you don't have to make an appointment. Just come in and see whether I'm there, and you can talk to me. So I think that's all I want to say, and I really miss all of you students. I really, really miss all of your presence on campus. The campus is so, 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 so quiet without your noise, without your laugh and laughter and your cries and all that. So we really miss you. So hopefully, inshallah, if everything is okay, we will go back to our normal. Although this is a new normal, but we want to go back to the old normal. I would say that. I want the old normal. All right. So with that, thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Dr. Faiza, for the speech. Next, I would like to invite Associate Professor Dr. Sahil Hussein, Deputy Dean of Academy and Industrial Linkages, Kulliyyah of Education IIUM, to give a speech. Please welcome.
Okay, Assalamualaikum everyone. I'm not actually giving a speech, brother. I'm going to give a short briefing. So if you can share the screen, can Besa share the screen for me? We actually had a briefing for the new intake in the Ta'aruf. So we had the chance to actually meet and explain and start off talk about the online, or we wanted to do a hybrid mode, right, back then. But we did not have the chance to meet everyone. So hopefully today I can some sort of like brief and update of the changes that we had to go through due to the previously hybrid mode of learning. Now it has become remote teaching and learning. Most probably we'll have it fully remote, where we go online fully. Okay. Next slide, please. Right. Few things that you need to know for the remote teaching and learning. We are going to combine between synchronous and also asynchronous learning. So your classes should not have 3-hour direct of lifetime if it is scheduled for 3 hours per week. There must be a blend, okay, between synchronous and asynchronous, okay. The platform, I believe that we have actually requested lecturers to do a survey with the students of their preferred platform, and I think that many has opted for Google Classroom. I feel that this was the most favored by students. They don't seem to prefer iTaklim, and I think with the new migrated iTaklim, we face quite some problem, right? So we understand that. Apart from that, I cannot see the slides. Is okay, thank you. Now, I think we have informed earlier there will be no final exam for undergraduate programs, there will be no final exam. This was actually declared in the beginning of the semester for Kulliyyah of Education undergraduate program. Okay, but it will be replaced with other assessments. It could be either replaced with quiz, tests, or reflective essays, depending on the lecturer. Okay, for this semester also, the university has just informed that there will be no barring in this semester because of the fact that we're not going to have face-to-face. Okay. However, the Kulliyyah of Education has decided that even though there's no barring, lecturers are required to monitor and assess students' attendance and participation in both synchronous and asynchronous sessions. This means that your attendance in the live session, your participation, your completion of tasks in the asynchronous sessions, they will all be monitored and assessed. So if you did not come or if you do not attend the live session, lecturer has the right to ask and request for a letter. You have to show. If she wants that, you have to show. Otherwise, she can give you zero. Because now every courses, I saw that every course lecturers have actually given some allocation marks for attendance and participation. Okay, I think it is also important that we do not penalize students with poor connectivity. And I feel that for students who have difficulty in connecting or in joining your live session class, you need to inform your lecturers and you need to do something. Tell your lecturer, okay, so that the lecturers are in the know. But at the same time, since we are going for full remote teaching and learning, you need to know that you need to get good connectivity for your live classes so that you can join the live session and complete your class tasks and assignments, the asynchronous session. For those who are on campus, to some extent, this is why it is good for them because at least they've got the Wi-Fi at the mahala, right? For those who do not, you have to find a way. Okay. Can we go to the next slide, please? Right. Now, I would like to remind all students to remember the important dates. You can get access to these important dates if you refer to Ahmad website regularly because sometimes they may change. At the moment, we still are using the same academic calendar. We have not postponed our classes like last semester. So, and please remember that 19 November is where they're going to issue the preliminary examination timetable. For Kulliyyah of Education courses, we do not have any exam, but for other courses, university required or your language, they may have exam. So you have to refer to the online. Make sure that you can get access through online preliminary examination timetable. Remember that we are going through the mid-semester soon. This is the 5th week. Next week is the 6th week. Soon it's going to be mid-semester break. Okay. And after that, by 3rd December, the final timetable for exam will be issued. Okay. Now, again, another important dates for all to remember is your online course registration for next semester. That will be on the 23rd December until 11 February. Okay. As you can see, the duration is given is quite long. So make sure that you get this settled. If courses that you need are not offered, you're not able to register, please make sure you request. Okay. Don't forget. Revision period will start in January 9 to 10. Just 2 days, and then we will have our final exam period from 11 January up to 24th January. Since there are no exams, final exams for co-ed courses, this would be the time where you will use to complete all your final assessment. So use them wisely. Remember, this semester, if you have any issues with your marks, your results, right, you need to discuss this with your lecturer. There shouldn't be any last minute changes after results have been released. Because this is what we have realized. Students suddenly came up and say, Doctor, I had problem to submit because of the connectivity, but all this were informed after results had been keyed in. So you need to be fair to the lecturer. Okay. We're going to have our inter-vacation break from 25th June up to 7th February. Results will be announced in February on the 5th. So remember, the results will be announced on the 5th. So please make sure that you settle. I would advise you to settle all your assignments before the last day of the final exam. Okay. And of course, the new semester will begin on 8th February, and let us all pray that we will meet together face to face. Because I think, like Dr. Faiza has mentioned, the campus is not just quiet, it's very lonely without the students with us. Okay. Okay, next slides. Okay. Just a few reminder. I've been receiving some complaints from the lecturers. I'm not able to reach to every student. Perhaps this is the best platform for me to do so. Please, I want you to practice good adab and you attend the live class session. So before you attend the synchronous session, the live session, make sure that you are using your profile name. If you sometimes I saw that you are borrowing your sister's account whatsoever, but make sure that you, maybe it's their laptop, but change it to your profile account so that we know that it's you who attended the class, because most of the time you keep the video off, kan? Okay, and of course, I've also received complaints where students did not dress appropriately in accordance to IIM dress code. Pakai baju elok-elok sebab semula jadi bakal guru. Even if it's online, it's not appropriate lah kalau pakai telekung, kan? So please dress appropriately. Okay. Make sure that you have a conducive learning space. Sometimes I see when you on the video, we can see people passing at the back, especially want to present, such a distraction. So make sure you get a good learning space. Okay, fine. When you know you have the class schedule, you discuss with your family. Okay, so that you can have a space. Okay, so this is where you need to inform your family members and your roommates too when you have session. Okay, be punctual, be always early, because right, when lecturer wants to admit you, sometimes it takes up to 15 minutes. So always be early to your session. Okay, and of course, live session is not like face to face. Always come prepared. If lecturer asks you to prepare reading, certain tasks for activities that you want to do online, please make sure that you do this. Okay, so all materials should be available at hand when you are attending the live session. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, now when you are attending the live session, we always advise students to mute your microphone and put your video camera on, because you want to know who is attending. Sometimes looking at the face actually give a lot of motivation to the lecturer to proceed with the class. Otherwise, we'll be talking with a blank screen, almost like a blank screen. Okay, if you have problem with your connectivity, or your microphone, sometimes I can see some students joining, exiting, then entering again. So I know that it's because of the connectivity. Sometimes I allow them not to on their video camera, but it is better for you to inform the lecturer. If you have problem with your microphone, inform your lecturer. So most times you should be using the chat box to communicate. Okay, I advise you to participate actively and answer instructors' questions. Otherwise, it's like talking to a screen like a blank laptop. So it's not nice. So this is why we want to make sure that the live class session is really alive. Okay. Okay, next. Okay. Most of the lecturers and the academic staff and the administrative staff are actually working from home and working from campus on a rotational basis. So it is important that you actually communicate with the administrative staff if you need to see them for any problems or anything that you want to ask. And academic office, my office, we also have this allocation of Google Meet consultancy. Okay, we actually post this on the Koed website. But just in case you do not see, I'm just going to share it here with you. We have actually scheduled from 22nd October until 19 November for the Google Meet consultation. And you can actually communicate with Brother Amir and Sister Aisha. If you're not able to meet them through Google Meet, you can also email them. All emails will be entertained, inshallah. Okay, next. Next slide, please. Okay, apart from the academic office, the next important person is actually your academic advisor or your academic coordinator. So I hope you know who your academic coordinator. For counselling, it is now Associate Professor Dr. Siraj, because Dr. Haniza is now on sabbatical leave. So Dr. Siraj has replaced her as the academic advisor. So I'm sharing with you their email address because they are actually working from home. So it is best to communicate with them through email. And of course, Dr. Halim is the academic coordinator for ISAT. Dr. Azani is for TESOL and Dr. Azlina is for TASL. Now, all these numbers and these persons and their email will come in handy when you register for semester 2. So make sure that you keep in touch with them. Okay, next. Okay. I'm also sharing some of the PIC for the different officers. You can actually get this in the Koed website. So I would like to advise every student of Kulliyyah of Education to always visit regularly, if possible, the Kulliyyah of Education website to look at any announcements. Also to visit Ahmad's website to look for any announcement. I have received several applications to drop courses, but they were all sent from other Kulliyyah. So I don't know why they're sending it to me. I hope none of the Kulliyyah of Education students have sent their forms to different other Kulliyyah. Okay, so make sure you get the right person in charge to settle the matter for you. Okay. Okay, next. Okay. My final reminder is that please observe the SOP wherever you are in Mahala. Maybe some of you will be around in education when you start doing your internship. Please observe your SOP, your physical distancing with social bonding. Okay. Put on your mask at all time. Okay, wash your hands regularly and keep them sanitized. We also have this Koed psychosocial support group that Prof. Din has mentioned. I would advise that everyone join in, especially the first semester students, and of course, especially those students who are at Mahala, because this is important. And of course, practice a healthy lifestyle. If you have any problem, any worries, reach out to someone. Because you cannot deal with it alone, and sometimes reaching out actually helps you to regulate your emotions. Okay. um Next, I think that's the last slide. Can I just go to the next slide if there's any? Okay, finish. So on a final note, I would like to remind everyone to again visit the Ahmad's website. At the moment, there has not all the other important dates are maintained at Ahmad website. I did not include everything in, but like last semester, right? Like last semester, if you could remember, the university actually changed or extended the dates for withdrawal of course and drop of course. So I'm not sure whether this will also be in practice this semester. Because of that, it is good to consistently visit Ahmad's website, because they may inform of these changes at any point of time. If there's any changes, I will actually inform BETSA. So I hope that everyone also keep in touch with the BETSA, at least if not with your program society, because usually the department will also inform the program society, program student body to this how should I say, inform everyone virally to the rest of the students. If you have any questions about the recent official guidelines, please ask either the Deputy Dean Office of Student Affairs, or my office, because you must remember that once you return, you're not allowed to come back. Okay, this is important. For counseling students, we have to fulfill the accreditation requirement. That means whether we like it or not, we will have to have the face-to-face sessions. So keep in touch with the department in their planning of, they are planning on how to do the face-to-face. If you are at home, it is quite impossible for you to come back. If you are at Mahala, most probably you're able to attend the face-to-face sessions when we are allowed to. So this is something that you need to discuss with your head of department. although at the same time, we do not want to put you in an emotional state of imbalance. Okay, if you are not well, you really have to go back. This is something that you have to be informed what will happen. If you go back, you may not, it will be difficult to come back, and that's all. Okay, so again, I've informed the head to actually draw up a plan of action, plan A and plan B. Okay, so that at least she will discuss it with the rest of the students, especially the first year first sem. I heard there were only 6 of you in the mahala, so you have not had your face-to-face session. So this is important. It would be good to actually see your lecturers actually, but again, I leave it to the head department to decide. Okay, with that, I thank everyone. I wish you all the best. If there's any problem with any of the courses or course instructors, you can just inform BETSA or inform the head of department or my office. Okay. Again, I think BETSA will also keep on doing the survey that they did. The post ERTL survey that they did was very useful. For this semester, we hope that they would do the same. We actually address all the issues raised by the students, and we actually ask for justifications from the specific courses and lecturers, just to let you know that we take action. Okay? With that, I thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Dr. Suhaila. I sincerely hope that her work will be a great help to everybody in this assembly. Now, we have come to the end of the assembly. Before we end the session, there are a few announcements that all you can take note of. The first, to those who stay in campus and need some emotional support during this pandemic, you may try to reach our intern student from guide and counseling for the assistance. Second, tonight, Biro Dakwah and Welfare will be organised Kuliah Fiqh Wanita entitled Ibadah and Perhiasan Wanita through live FB Beksa at 8:30 p.m. until 10:30 p.m. by Dr. Sheikh Omar Khalash. All students are invited to join. The third, starting from 30 November until 17 November 2020, there will be an acoustic poetry contest organised by Welfare Bureau of Dakwah. The acoustic poem will be used the word from frontliner. More detail of the contest will be shared in our official social media and WhatsApp group. The fourth, BESA will be organised EduCyber on 22nd November until 27 November. And there are many interesting programs and competition. Students are invited to join. Thank you to all the VIPs for spending their precious time with us today. With that, it's marked the end of our ceremony. Hopefully, for our next Koed Assembly, all students of Koed can participate. Once again, thanks to every one of you. We would like to thank to everyone for your cooperation and participation. We hope that all of us have gained beneficial knowledge, and we also want to apologize for any mistake made through this event. With that, let us end this session with Tasbih Kafarah and Surah Al-Nas. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, before we leave, we will have photography session with the respected VIPs. Tolak belakang sikit. Tolak belakang sikit.
Masuk.
Siapa yang ambil? Okay, one.
Ready.
Okay.
One, two, three. Right, try again.
1, 2, 3.
Okay, done.
Thank you. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.